What does an owner representative actually do? Construction projects are complicated. They're architects, engineers, contractors, utility companies, permitting agencies, furniture vendors, technology providers, security consultants, end users, and stakeholders, all having competing priorities. Someone has to keep the project focused on the owner's goals. Many owners spend hundreds of thousands or sometimes millions of dollars on construction projects without realizing they needed someone sitting on their side of the table. When people hear the term owner representative, they often assume our job is simply to carry out the owner's instructions. I disagree. I define an owner's representative differently. We are not hired to agree with the owner. We are hired to help the owner succeed. An owner's representative is hired to help to make the project successful. Sometimes that means supporting the owner's decisions, and sometimes that means having difficult conversations with the owner about a decision that could negatively impact the project. Sometimes the most valuable thing an owner representative can do is tell an owner something that they don't want to hear. Throughout my career, I've always lived by, I tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Today, I'm going to explain what an owner's representative does, why owners need them and hire them, and how they help projects succeed. My name is Danielle Gittens, the owner of Brewington Management Company. Let's get started. What is an owner's representative? Most people think owner's reps is hired to follow owner's instructions. I disagreed before. I still disagree. You'll hear me often define our role this way. We are not hired to simply follow the owner's instructions. We are hired to help make the project successful. At the most basic level, the owner representative represents the owner's interests throughout the life of the project. Many people assume this means planning, design, and construction. Or while those phases are certainly important, our involvement goes beyond construction. In many projects, the work is not finished when the contractor completes construction. Furniture still needs to be delivered, equipment needs to be purchased and installed, technology systems needs to be operational, security systems need to be functioning, telecommunications infrastructure needs to be in place, artwork and other owner-provided items need to be procured and installed. Staff must be trained, and occupants may need to move into the space. In many cases, the people ultimately occupying the building are not the owners at all. For example, if a developer builds a building, tenants occupy it. A school district who owns the building, students use it and teachers use it. A health organization who builds a facility, ultimately the patients and the medical staff are the end users. An owner's representative helps guide the project through all of these transitions and ensures that the project is truly successful. That means we're helping the owners achieve the project goals while managing risks, coordinating stakeholders, solving problems, and supporting informed decision-making from project inception to occupancy. So now, what does a good owner's representative do? What do they actually do? Well, the specific responsibility really varies from project to project, but the role often includes the following. We help define goals and objectives, assisting with the budgets and schedules, coordinating the consultants and stakeholders, monitoring the project progress, identifying and managing risks, reviewing contracts and procurement strategies, facilitating communication among all the team members, helping owners make informed decisions. But here's what I think is the most important. We spend a lot of time anticipating issues before they become a problem. Many project challenges can be identified months before it starts to impact construction, but that requires someone paying attention and asking the right questions. The earlier a risk is identified, the more options the project team has to address it. Now let's go over some examples. Imagine a project is under construction and the owner decides they want to make a significant design change. Can it be done? Maybe. but someone needs to explain the impact of cost, schedule, procurement, and the project activities. Our job isn't to tell the owner no. My responsibility is to make sure that the owner understands the consequences of this decision and can make an informed choice. Sometimes the issue isn't the owner. Sometimes the challenge comes from the design team. Perhaps a system had been over-designed and is making it exceed the project budget. Perhaps critical responses are being delayed and it's impacting construction. Someone has to identify these risks and facilitate a solution. I've seen projects be delayed not because of construction, but because of utility problems, whether it's utility coordination, utility design, or maybe it's the utility company delaying startup. These are the kind of risks that owners' representatives should be identifying and managing long before they become a project problem. Now, let's get into why owners need an owner representative. Not everyone builds projects for a living. Have you ever been responsible for a construction project and it felt like everyone was speaking a different language? The architect talks design, the contractor talks construction, the utility company wants to know the service requirements, the permitting agency is talking approvals, the end users just want to know, when can we move in? And somehow you're expected to make sure everything comes together smoothly and successfully. That is where an owner's representative comes in. Many people think our job is to simply follow owner's instructions. I think by now you'll know that I disagree. I believe an owner's representative is hired to make a project successful. Many owners are experts in healthcare, education, government, business operations, development, manufacturing, or other industries. Construction may be something they do occasionally, and sometimes an owner has never started a construction project. They may not fully understand how to develop a realistic budget, develop a schedule, define a project scope, or manage the design process. An owner's representative helps guide them through those decisions. At other times, the challenge may not be the owner. It could be the architect who's over-designed the system and that's causing it to exceed the project budget. Maybe it's the design team with delayed responses that's impacting construction. It could be a quality issue from the contractor or a staffing shortage on the project. Maybe the utility company is causing delays, or you're having permitting challenges. It could be procurement issues. The source of the problem matters less than the impact on the project. Our job is to identify those risks, communicate them, and then help the team develop solutions. Common misconceptions. One of the biggest misconceptions is that the owner's representative is simply the owner's assistant. That is not the case. Another misconception is that we just relay messages between parties. That's not the case either. A good owner's representative provides leadership, coordination, and professional judgment. Sometimes this means telling the owner something they may not want to hear. For example, if an owner decides they want to make a major design change late in construction, it's our responsibility to explain the impact on cost and schedule. Our goal is never to tell the owner what to do. Our goal is to ensure that they have all the information they need to make an informed decision. What does success actually look like? Many people think a project is successful when the construction is complete. I don't. A project is successful when the owner achieves its intended outcome. The building is occupied, the furniture is installed, the technology is functioning, the equipment is working properly, the security systems are operational, the end users can perform their jobs. The facility is serving its intended purpose. That's success. Construction is only one part of that process. Okay, let's do a recap. An owner's representative is simply not another consultant. We advocate for the owner's goals. We help manage risks. We anticipate issues. We facilitate communication. We support informed decision making. We help guide projects from concept through occupancy. If you are planning a construction project and would like to discuss how owner's representative can help support your goals, please feel free to contact me. I'm Danielle Gittens, the owner of Brewington Management Company. Thanks for watching.